Do you have similar experience? Some students are stretching, yawning, and dozing inside the campus, especially during courses. Why are they so sleepy? According to a study done by City University of Hong Kong and the Hong Kong Institute of Education, nearly 70% of 529 Hong Kong college students participated suffer from insomnia, and about 60% sleep less than 8 hours a day. They may develop a sleep debt gradually and unconsciously. Sleep debt refers to the amount of sleep we have lost over a period of time compared with what we should have received. After all, what are the reasons behind this phenomenon?
There are several factors that affect sleeping quality, which can be divided into two categories in general: activity factors and environment factors. Activity factors, such as a late dinner time, will upset the function of digestive system during sleep, so that a good sleeping quality cannot be guaranteed. Obviously, some medicine and drugs have negative influence on sleeping quality. In addition, behavior such like doing sport before sleep make your brain excited so that one cannot fall into sleep in a short time. Besides factors mentioned above, other small affairs such like strong emotion or wrong sleep posture also harm the sleeping quality. Sleeping quality is also affected by some environment factors. Conditions like ventilation and temperature can be critical to your sleep. A room with good ventilation and appropriate temperature will increase your sleeping quality. Good bed clothes like a suitable pillow make you comfortable and let you fall into sleep sooner. The lighting in the sleeping environment also has a significant impact on sleeping quality. Brightness will give brain a wrong signal and make it harder to get in rest. According to our research, a little bit of lighting is enough to have an impact, even from electronic device. Or is it? In this video, we will focus on find out whether badly screened electronic device like smartphone will affect our sleep.
In order to investigate the size of sleep debt in Hong Kong university students and the relationship between sleep debt and the use of backlit electronic devices, we set two hypotheses. The first one is sleep debt exists among Hong Kong university students, and the second one is there is a relationship between sleep debt and the use of backlit electronic devices at night time.
To investigate the sleep problem of university students in Hong Kong, we have created a questionnaire. There are two parts in the questionnaire. The first part consists of 3 questions. First, in this week, when do you sleep?
Around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Around 12 to 2 a.m.
Usually I sleep around 2 a.m.
10 to 11.
The second question we have asked is the number of hours they have slept every day.
Approximately 6 hours.
4 to less than 6 hours.
6 to 7 hours.
Maybe 6 hours.
The result showed that 20% of people sleep at 10 to 12. The majority of interviewees sleep at 12 to 2, and around a quarter of people sleep at 2 to 4. For question 2, there is about 60% of interviewees sleep for 6 to less than 8 hours per day. About 1/3 of people sleep for just 4 to less than 6 hours. Only around 8% of people sleep for 8 to less than 10 hours. To find out whether sleep debt exists among university students, the Epworth Sleepiness Survey, which was developed by Dr. Lawrence Jones in 1990, is investigated. It is an effective instrument to measure average daytime sleepiness. In the questionnaire, clients are required to do self-rate if they would doze in 8 different situations. For example, Sitting and reading. Watching television. Sitting and talking to someone. Lying down to rest in the afternoon. Or sitting quietly after a lunch without alcohol. Scoring of each case is 0 to 3, with 0 represents people who would never doze in that particular situation, and 3 represents people who would have a high chance of dozing. If the total score is 9 or above, it reflects that the interviewee is very sleepy and should have to seek medical advice. The result showed that about 75% of interviewees scored more than or equal to 9. This indicates that most of them have high risk of sleep debt.
In part 2, the first question is, how much time do you spend consecutively on using backlit screen electronic devices, such as smartphones, computers, etc. before sleeping?
I think around 4 hours.
Usually 1 hour.
We use 2 hours as the standard point. For high technology users, they use the devices 2 or more hours consecutively, and for low technology users, they use less than 2 hours consecutively. In our survey, it is found that there are 17 high technology users and 23 low technology users. The second question is that what kind of backlit screen electronic devices do you use before sleeping?
Usually it's the smartphone.
Cell phone.
In our survey, it is found that the use of smartphone before sleeping occupies a dominant quantity among 40 respondents. So we have our survey's data. So now we are going to have a simple analysis of our data. In our data, for those respondents who are high technology users and high risk of having sleep debt, there are 15 people. And for those who are high technology users and non-high risk of having sleep debt, there are 2 people. And for those who are low technology users and high risk of having sleep debt, there are 14 people. And for those who are low technology users and non-high risk of having sleep debt, there are 9 people. So finally, we have 17 people that are high technology users and 23 people that are low technology users. And we have 29 people that are having the high risk of having sleep debt, and we have 11 people that are non-high risk of having sleep debt. So for our data collected, we find that if they are high technology users, the probability of having the sleep debt is 15/17, which approximately equals to 0.88. And if they are low technology users, the probability of having the sleep debt is 14/23, which approximately equals to 0.608. So from our results, we can conclude that for the high technology user, there is a 45% of increasing risk of having the sleep debt compared with the low technology users. However, you may ask why high technology users have a higher risk of having sleep debt compared with low technology users. One of the possible reasons is that the light from backlit electronic devices suppresses the secretion of melatonin in the brain. In a formal research from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institution in 2012, it is found that 2-hour or longer exposure to light emitted from backlit tablets can result in a measurable, statistically reliable suppression of melatonin. As we know that melatonin is a hormone that makes us feel sleepy. On the other word,
The suppression of the magic chemicals in our body will delay our sleeping time and ultimately lead to sleep debt.